What's up? Hello, hello, Grot. Hello, DDP. Yawn. Pizza, I will say, I don't know what you're planning to do this stream, but I have 15K. Little guy time. Mostly just drawing, probably doing beta cards, finishing up what we've been working on. Tebow. Wally. Beast in Dutch. I was gonna say it did look like beast at first when I read it. I was like, huh? Oh, hi, kitten. Oh, thank you for the headbutts. Beast Master, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beats, Monsieur Beast. Oh, hi. Dutch be like, Dutch do be a like of that. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. Okay. What is my... I guess that's right. I don't know. I feel like my OBS feels different for some reason. Okay, I think we did all the things we needed to do. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, like the lights behind me, because I always forget those. Not that anyone cares about them that much besides me, but you know, here we are. All right. Hello. Yep. Can't wait for the weekend. Have a root game scheduled. Nice. Sounds fun. I've been looking into conventions to try to bring armies to, or either of my games really. Apparently there's one in Florida that's like decent, so we may have to and that's in July, so I think maybe focusing on trying to get some of the stuff done before that would be kind of cool. Okay, we have 2 land cards, a beats card, and a spell. I figured, oh god, how did I do that? I figured we're gonna start with a land. Hey, that's my chair. I figure we're gonna start with a land, unless Grot is going to redeem this right away, in which case we will draw a little guy murder drone, I'm pretty sure. I actually watched the first episode of Murder Drones. It was aight. It was cool. I do like the aesthetic of it. Make try doing mouse digital art in higher res, not pixels, and then do like art redeem potentially, but that would be at least an hour from now fair. Do you like it? If you say no, I'll kick your door down. Of course, or am I? Oh, redeems are wrong. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was fine. I think I need to give it more episodes, but I would say I didn't dislike it, but I don't know if it's exactly my type of show. I usually don't like tend toward like morbid humor, but I don't know. I think I need to watch more. I will say it gets better with every episode. Yeah, I kind of figured it did. I mean, there was parts of it I enjoyed for sure. I'll have to watch it again, or watch the next few episodes, but I only watched the first episode. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. There was nothing I like disliked about it. We'll put it that way. It's not what I'd usually watch, you know? Does that make sense? Like, it's not like something I would normally pick based on, what's it called? Based on like vibes, if that makes sense. But I do like the aesthetic a lot, and I do like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it more of a shot, but I watched the first episode. Yeah. All right. I think the redeem should be fixed. Yes, no, maybe. Yes. Oh, it's, there we go. Of course. Sit-ups and a little guy. All right, we'll do sit-ups first, and then we'll do the little guy. You wanted N, right? There goes my life savings. Indeed, indeed. Yes, okay. Screw it here. Full screen push-ups. And my beloved. Oh man. Oh, I'm so tired. That was rough. That was rough. Oh. Okay. Let's get the thing. Let's do the thing. So annoyed that my Spotify integration stuff is broken again. Whatever, it's fine. I could fix it really easily, but I don't want to like, I don't know. It just takes like a few minutes. Okay, little guys. Where are those? Those are on streaming. Emotes. Little guys. I feel like they should just be in their own category at this point, but here we are. Where's my template? Oh, the template I accidentally oversaved with the whale and the creepy smile. There we go. Okay, let's pull up some references. This is like technically the first like fan art version of, well, I guess technically Spider Grot is the spider from Don't Starve, but it feels more fan arty. Where's a good image of N? All right, we are doing a small guy. Now, why is none of these images? Copy image address. Oh my god, why is it lagging? Why do fan wikis suck so bad as far as speed at which they load? Oh god, oh wait, it's because this on reset. For anyone who has not seen it, we are drawing this character as a little guy, so mostly the head. Maybe we could do the tail. I don't know. We'll see. Mordor. All right, little guy, and then we'll be doing a land card. I'm near 20k already, damn. Kurt friend? Maybe. Mayhaps. Probably not. It'd help if my tablet was plugged in. So you're trying some actual non pixel art. I feel like I hate calling it that. More traditional art, Tebow, is that what you're saying? Real is the wrong word in that case. What color do you want to use? Yellow, I guess. Seems fitting. He's a little less square. He's a smidge, or circle. He's a smidge, like more of a wider chin. Just at least the style of the thing. So just a smidge less circle in this case. They kind of have a little like ski mask look. It is really close to the eyes though, so we'll do it like this. He got a hat. I'm never good at drawing hats. I'm notoriously not good at it. There's all these little light things. May I draw the hair real quick? I understand what you meant, don't worry. What canvas size do you usually use for these? 1,000 by 1,000 usually for little guys. Which is probably big, but whatever. Tebow's gonna make his own little guy. He's like, I don't need your little guy. I'll make my own. I guess this kind of comes over more like this. Okay, Han. Hold up, wait a minute. Almost here. Meh. Anyway, how was y'all's weekend? What have you been up to? Tell me about your life. Well, I draw this little guy. Tell me your woes, your troubles, your victories. It's not quite right, but we'll get there. He's got a curvy one here. Oop. It doesn't come down that far. Why am I struggling with this? Because I think this one is like up a little bit more. And kind of more like a so. Yeah. And then there's one like this. Little thing, and then it goes out even farther. Something like that, I guess. I guess it kind of still goes around, though. It's kind of more. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out the shapes. Something like that. Hat. Kind of just like this. It's not quite right, but it'll be okay. We'll get there. Just need to block out the general shapes and then we'll figure it out. Little guys, little guys, little guys. I think we are getting to the point where little guys might also need to increase in price somewhat soon. Just because we have enough people that it's like redeems can't happen probably as often as they do, but it's okay. Currently it's okay, but I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Depends on how much we want to balance like this kind of thing with and me being productive. Actually, you know, I think I would care less if I actually worked more on my stuff outside of stream. But like I've purposely tried to work on armies only on stream. And I think I'd probably get a lot more done if I didn't do that, but I don't know, here we are. So many brushes, it's scaring me. Yeah, honestly, just pick a simple one. You don't need anything crazy. Even honestly, just the default circle brush. Although I usually like just have something with a little bit of texture to it. Like mine's just a charcoal crayon or something like that. Crayon or charcoal or whatever sort of brush. I feel like I'm not quite, well, I guess he's kind of got this going on. There's like one that's kind of popping out that way, and then we'll curly Q this way. And maybe the eyes need to be like more centered. Yeah. Yeah, it looks weird. Trying to capture his expression. It's not quite working out for me. I think partly because, again, little guy style demands the face be between the eyes. And the design is, there we go, that's a little better. Something like that. It's better. I feel like the hair should be a bit fluffier. Yeah, it's a little matted right now. Graz done it. He done did it. It's also just kind of a messy sketch right now, you know? Which doesn't help anything. Held for something or other. Tuna, what do you say now? Oh no, it was a bot. Just blaming Tuna. It's broken. I said that at the beginning. I found a 25 episode anime yesterday and it was good when I finished it. What? Do tell. I rewatched all of Freerun and then started the new season. That's what I did. It's so freaking good. I think we're close to Orb, the moment of the earth. I've heard of it. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what I've heard of it, but I accidentally put the eyes on the wrong layer. Oops. Orb. Oops. Ah, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, it's fine. N. Easy file to name. Haven't watched Furin, to be honest. I think I watched like the first episode a while ago and thought it was too slow paced. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it is definitely slow paced. But Grot, you also watch everything on 5x speed, so we already knew you're cooked like that, you know? I think I need to just do a secondary sketch. Yeah, I'm a lost cause. It's definitely slow paced. It's like watching like Lord of the Rings or something like that. Like it's definitely not for people who want something fast and action packed. It's about the little things in life, you know what I mean? Carl, might be my top 3. I'll have to take a look at it. I know I've heard about it. I don't know anything about it past that, though. Past that it exists. Yeah, he kind of has this like this sort of thing going on, you know what I mean? Kind of like a little S curve in there. think it might give him a little less hair just because, like, less strands of hair, just because the style is smaller, so it's just easier to simplify it and make it less whatever. Nez, yo man, lurking at work so we can so we can do our best today. Welcome in, thank you for lurking. We're just doing a little guy redeem. Thank you for being here. I can't talk today apparently. Thank you for being here. I believe in you. Kick ass at work. Sorry, I didn't see what you said. It's about a fictional history where researchers try to prove heliocentrism while the church still forbids it. I don't even know what that is. Still on for tonight and to yap and chat. Yeah, I'm just gonna just do some hanging for sure. I'll definitely be yeah, I got some work I need to get done after stream, so it'd be good to co-working kind of stuff. All the cute little bean on screen. Yeah, we're doing Grot redeemed it. It's N from Murder Drones as a little guy. How long does it take to do the red circle? Took me 10 minutes. So it's like the template, a good while. Probably longer than it should have. And Nez is over on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube, everyone. Hi, Nez on YouTube. Farron is the poster child of the slow burn anime these days. I mean, yeah, I think it's better than like most of the slow burn stuff. A lot of slow burn stuff, like nothing is happening, whereas like Freerun is like something's happening even though nothing's happening. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it. It just does what it does so well. It's not even like the same. Beats, I think you have a stalker. What? Oh, watch streak 40 in a row. That's crazy. That's insane. Beats, you know, if I'd recommend watching or because it could annihilate your soul, but I'm weird and actually found an optimistic angle. Yeah, I feel like it's from what I think I've heard is it doesn't sound like my cup of tea, but yeah. One thing I'd recommend looking up is Orb Bad. I don't know how to say that. And to comment on his incredible design. Okay, cool. I will look it up. The theory that Earth spins around the sun rather than being spun around the sun or the Earth. I mean, there's a difference between tone and between the tone of a show and the subject matter, right? Why is this not looking right? Maybe we'll just go like that, even though it's not technically correct. I don't know. So like, even if it's like a bleak subject matter, it could be presented in a good way. I feel like that's something I talk about a lot, but you know what I mean. Although if I remember what I've heard of the show, it's more bleak. Hi, Nez. Hi. Don't look at screen chat enough. Hi. Yeah. I mean, usually people aren't talking on YouTube that much anyway, so it's fair. I don't think this needs to be a second sketch. I think it's going to be the final art. Sometimes you just need to do it so you can commit, you know? I'm also trying to draw N as a little guy. Nice. Slow burn means it takes a while to reach its conclusion, the main plot. Well, with Freerun, it's about the journey rather than the destination. Monster is one of the all-time favorites, and it takes 72 episodes or something for the main character plot to get resolved. Yeah, I feel like it's different, right? Yeah, Freerun is not about where they're actually going. The destination is inconsequential to this story, which I think is kind of really cool. Whatever these little circle things are on the murder drones, like extra eyeballs or something, I don't honestly know. All I know is someone got stabbed in one and it was apparently painful. He's got to be big old happy because he's a goofball. He's got to be big happy, you know? To be honest, I don't know what they are either. Yeah, I was going to say, they're just kind of there. Oh, I need to do the tail. I forgot about that. Which should be easy. I mean, it's just, we'll probably just do a single line for it. Well, let's draw Han. Okay, first finish the leg. Why do the legs look weird now? It's just a little guy. Okay, and then let's move everything down. I'm gonna draw his little knife thing. Maybe let's do it like this, actually. I lied. It's time to put it above his head, but I think I'm just gonna do if I do it up, I guess I do it up. We'll do a little nerp, and then schmeep, and then schmeep, and schmeep. And then there's like a little container. A vial of fluid or something. I don't know why. Well, I was gonna say, I don't know why you'd need that against a robot, but who's to say, really? There we go. A good example could be Delicious in Dungeon. Technically not a lot happening, but absolutely love it. Yeah. Exactly. So far, One Piece be like, yeah. Also, I think that it hurts whenever you are stabbed. Yeah, but like, it's not part of the hat, you know? Like, you don't know what part of the, like, I don't know. They're also robots. Like the fact, like they add a lot of like human characteristics to robots, which I find weird. Like the first episode, she has like an ice pack on her eye. It's like, you're a robot. How does that make any sense? But it's fair. I think that's part of the humor, right? And definitely has big goofball energy, 100%. Gotta wait for the drawing process. Well, I'm following along in stream, but with Adam. Nice. I think Frieren at its core is a story about appreciating the simple things, 100%. I think he's done. Well, done as far as whatever. Yeah, 100 heckin' %. I absolutely love it. Has it really been half an hour already? Jeez. All right, let's hide all the underlayers. Why does this look bad? Or does it not look bad? Is it fine? It's fine, I guess. I don't know. It just looks, the pen looks weird. No, it's fine. I think it's just because it's not colored. Something looks different than normal. Looks like messier. Oh, I wonder if it's because hold on. No, it's fine. I don't know. Looks a bit weird. I don't know why though. Me neither. Let me color it and see how it looks. For some reason my pen feels off. No, it's not opacity. I don't know. We'll see. Let's add the color. I think it might be his mouth feels off, but we'll get there in a second. Let's color it, and if I want to change anything, I will. Let's just start with a dark gray. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. That honestly already looks better. We need like a whitish color for this part. It's the only part that is that whitish color here. Keep hitting the wrong button. I think I just used my brush a little too large. And so we're getting a little bit of like the like ugly bits on the on some of this. We gotta clean it up a smidge. There we go. Yeah. Body looks a little squished to me. I mean, his face is kind of squished in the thing. Like his face is like, whatever. I don't know how to explain it. I think there's too much distance between the eyes and the hair. Yeah. I gotta do push-ups, don't I? Or sit-ups. Check stream chat. Very nice. I am not changing what I've done so far. We are at the point of being past the old time limit. But this is better. Moving it down. I like it though. I like what you're doing. Looking good. Beetle N. What did you have planned for the next week? I don't know yet. I don't know what my life is gonna look like for a bit here. Because I'm going to be taking care of my mom, and so I don't know exactly I don't know exactly what that. Sorry, don't mean to do. I don't have like the right color for his hair. Maybe just like a sandy blonde. I'm unsure is the answer to that question. I have zero plans. That's why I didn't put a schedule out this week, because I just don't know. I don't know if helping my mom with her surgery is going to be like take 3 days, or if it's going to take 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I mean, in theory, I should be able to like come back and work on my stuff, but I just couldn't tell you. Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's gonna take us like 2 to 3 more streams to finish. All right, hold on. Let me just do my sit-ups before I completely forget. And then hold that thought. I lost count. I don't know if that was right, but I think so. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm caught up here. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. The AAE is gonna take a week or two to. Sorry, a week or two. It's gonna take a stream or 3, I would say, to finish this update. So, and then maybe a fourth stream to like do like some of the housekeeping stuff, unless I decide to do that off stream, which I might have time to do because I'm just going to be kind of sitting around. So yeah, that is probably what's happening as far as that goes. As far as D&D and dispatch, we'll probably just do dispatch. If I can. D&D I might just put off because I don't know. I'd rather just do something simple if we're gonna be if we're going to be why is this not working? Because I'm on the wrong layer. Am I? Because I don't know what I'm doing, you know? I don't know what's going on with me. I wonder if maybe instead of doing a color overlay, if I just do... I wonder if this looks any better. It looks no different. Okay. Anyway, I think sorry, this is kind of just related to little guys. I feel like I think I've said this before, but I think that I need to institute some rules for little guys. I think the rule is going to have to be I will work on the little guy with your critiques and stuff for 20 minutes, and then after those 20 minutes are over, I will no longer listen to you and just finish the art. I know it sounds kind of silly, but they're supposed to take 30 minutes and they've been taking us like hours, you know? Like it's supposed to be a quick little redeem. And we've been probably going far too long on these things. It's fun, but it's also like, I don't know, should I be being productive instead? I mean, this is, you know, productive to in a sense, but I think I'll probably need to write that in the rules. I think we just need to shade this guy and be done though. Since you said you want to do D&D and dispatch bi-weekly, this weekend's supposed to be dispatch, next week's D&D. Yeah, I think I'll probably just I think I'll probably just do dispatch because it's just easier, and if I'm just kind of like not in the whole groove of things, it's just gonna be easier to come here and do dispatch. Let's do derpy. All right, and then let's just throw them in a folder. I think for lighting, I kind of just want to do They always have like the sort of blue and pink lighting. I think that'd be kind of cool, like a cyberpunk sort of lighting. I like vivid light. It's not quite right. Hard light. It's the wrong color though. We need like a purplier color. And then blue on the other side. More of a cooler blue. There we go. I'm locked in, y'all. I've gots to be. If we ever hope on finishing anything. I don't remember what color I used. I don't think it was that one. This one? Yep. Oh my god. Gosh, why is this hat so hard to draw? It really is. I hate drawing hats so much. I think that's him. I think he's done. There's N. Something is going horribly wrong. I agree with that, but also I don't think being too strict with it is necessary. Like, necessary the way, because if it's something super little like changing eye color and you didn't see the person say that, that'd be the other side of things. My take is that once you set rules like that, it should be up to you, up to your judgment when you follow or break them, because being flexible and open to communication is important when it comes to everything. Yeah, it ends up just taking, they just take too long. I mean, we've been here almost like 50 minutes doing this, which is fine. Like, I'm not like upset about it or anything. It's just like, they definitely take a long time, and then they probably shouldn't be like that large of a portion of the stream. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know exactly how to handle that, but I'm trying to figure it out. Background color, yellow is too bright. Too much. The issue is that you're too good to us, so obviously being stricter is necessary. Yeah, that's kind of where it's at, right? I'm too nice. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So let's do that. It's fine. This is too dark. I think the being stricter is more for me than for anyone else, you know? We'll go with that. Of course, you can change the background if you feel so inclined. Export PNG N. Export PNG N. No, on N. No BG. I would love to stay up on stream chat here, but I feel like if I did that, I would be even further behind. So, Tebow, I believe in you. Grot, it's looking cute. He looks like a little Adventure Time character, the version you've drawn. There you go, Grot. I don't know why it said Z. Wait, are those both transparent? Did I do the wrong thing? Did I just do two of the same? I think I did two of the same. What the, huh? Or did I just happen to pick the color? No, that's weird. File, export PNG. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can put it on any sort of color you want, but here, we'll do that anyway. There we go. How many layers do I normally use? Really depends on the piece. For this guy, probably like somewhere between like 5 and 10. But for one of my other like cards or something, like potentially up to 50. Yeah, I wouldn't do that many. Usually, like, I don't know, it depends on how much you want to separate it, but usually for like line art, it's just one. Maybe one for each segment, depending on what I'm doing. It depends on like if I'm animating something, it's a lot more layers, you know? Okay, we finished this. Let's move on. Oh wait, we need to put him in the stack. And dun 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 dun. Okay. Add image N. At least his name's easy to spell, you know. Oh, what? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything, kitten. There we go. He is now on the stack. Look at this freaking stack of little guys. It's getting ridiculous. Should have paid attention when you were doing highlighting. I have no clue what to do. I like just using what's it called? I like using various still have the cat cam on. I like using various blend modes with just colors over top. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but that's what I like doing. Where the heck? I have too many source things. Cat cam. It's not what you did, it's what you didn't do. True. Remember when I was on top, how long we've come since then? Yeah, true. You're very close to the middle now, if not lower. You know, dozens of layers for the line art just out of habit, and then put them all in one group at the end and merge them. Yeah, that's fair. Tebow, usually what I do is I did hard light. These probably all could be one thing, but I did a hard light blend mode, and then like you basically just, you know, like any other lighting sort of scenario, you figure out where the light is coming from. So in this case, a purple light is coming this way. You find all the areas that it would hit, and then the same thing go to this way. There's a blue light hitting this way. I mean, it's probably more like the way I did it. It's probably more like this, right? Blue light's coming in that way. Draw all the areas where it would hit, right? And then, yeah, that's basically it. I have soft light layer mode, but I don't know. Yeah, I use soft light a lot. I just used hard light for this because it's very like retro, not retro, what's the word? Play around with the blend modes, but this one's very like vibrant, right? Like the lighting's supposed to be vibrant. It's very like cyberpunk, so that's why I went with that. But play around with them. Soft light's good, overlight's good, or overlay's good, ads good. There's probably ones I use the most. Vivid light is like if you're really trying to go crazy, but anyway, ads starting in a second. We'll do ads, and then we're gonna draw a land card. Think if you want me to do cave or quarry. Both very similar, but you let me know. He's 12 from the top and I'm 12 from the bottom. Nice, there you go. All right, anyway, I will be right back. And yeah. Ever wanted to make a board game but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes, designing every card, every rule, every little piece, only to realize it doesn't work and you have to go back and redo it all from scratch? Well, today I'm going to show you how to skip through all that frustration and walk you through how I make a board game from scratch fast. And not only fast, I'm talking about a fully working prototype, multiple playtests, and actual revisions all under 24 hours. And I know this might sound like a bit of an exaggeration, but I can tell you it's truly that easy because I've done it myself. Twice. Between two 24-hour board game challenges and a bunch of other projects, I've learned how to make board games and do it quickly. So if you've got an idea and a single day to spare, let me show you how to bring your game to life. And stick around because I think some of these tips might just change the way you make games. To start, let's talk brainstorming. Maybe you've got an idea, maybe you don't. Either way, I recommend starting with brainstorming. Just write down anything that comes to mind. For me, usually I start with a core concept, something I'm trying to achieve. In the case of my two 24-hour game challenges, I started with a theme. Partly because that's what the challenge required, but honestly, it's a great jumping off point if you're just starting from scratch. That core concept can be anything, narrative, mechanic, or just a vibe you're going for. The most important thing is to get the ideas flowing. Write down everything, even the bad ideas. You never know which ones might evolve into something useful. Don't be afraid to borrow inspiration either. Pull ideas from your favorite board games, but also video games, books, movies, whatever inspires you. Sometimes adapting ideas from outside the tabletop scene can lead to something truly unique. But say nothing's coming to you, then talk to a friend, bounce ideas around. That back and forth can spark concepts you'd never come up with alone. You're a nerd and don't have friends? No problem. Using an AI or something like ChatGPT can actually be super useful for ideation. Sure, most of the ideas probably shouldn't be taken directly, but it can still help get the ideas flowing like talking to a friend. Once you've got your list, it's time to refine. Pick your best ideas, cut the rest. Look at them through the lens of what makes the best minimum viable product. If something feels too big or complicated for your first prototype, cut it. You can always add it back later if you have time. I decided to do this exact thing for my corruption mechanic with Blighted Blackridge. It was too big of a scope and I decided to cut it from the 24-hour version. However, I decided to add it back in after when I had more time. So you've got your ideas and now you're ready to actually make the game. Start by taking those ideas and plugging them into a spreadsheet. Personally, I recommend Google Sheets for this step. For one, it makes collaborations super easy. If you're working with friends, they can just jump in and help. And for two, well, we'll get to that in a second. From there, design your game in sheets, separating each element into columns. For instance, card names, card types, effects, indicators, etc. Now here's where it gets interesting. Once your spreadsheet is ready to go, you can take it into a program called Dexterous. It uses a layout and converts all the cells in your spreadsheet into complete game components. Kitten. One with elevators and floors. Yeah. Kind of like one of those like a mined out quarry. I'm the type of artist who has no idea what any of the blend modes do. I have specifically researched what every single blend mode does. Something still feels off. Light? Question mark. You want my advice, Jibo? Or is this kind of like your inner monologue? Yeah, no, I've specifically went and tried to figure out every single, I tried to do that, but my silly grok brain forgot everything instantly. Fair enough. There's a really good Photoshop tutorial. I watched on all of it. But I mean, mostly what you need to know is there's like a section that lights stuff up. There's a section that darkens stuff. And you honestly, just playing around with them is fine. I don't think you need to know what they do. You just like apply the lighting and then you try every blend mode and you go, yeah, that's what I want. Usually how I do it. It is nice to know what they do, but not completely necessary. All right, we're doing a card. He looks so 3D. I want to do the lighting on the eyes, just on the body is what I would do in that case. Anyway, let's move on. All right, everyone say cave or quarry. Which now I'm thinking you guys are going to say both those words, cave or quarry, but say one of the two, please. Okay. That was less trolly than I was expecting. Anyway, sit-up time. No, push-up time. Push-up time. This is all Toots here for. He hasn't even spoken. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. See, Toot is the troll. But we knew this already. Oh, he's taking my spot. No, those are my apples. Those are my dryad apples. I'm here to troll and get you shredded, apparently. I like when he cries at the end of that. Why? Don't act like you don't cry at the end of every set you do. Imagine at a gym, you're just like... Oh, look at him. Look at that. That turned out good. I like it. Forgot how to sail. All right, we have one for Corey. None for anything else. Anyone have an opinion? Unless tuna didn't say. Corey, okay. Corey it is. Where the heck is it? Art. Card layout. Let's look up quarries. Quarries. I don't think I want like construction equipment or anything in it, because then it would make maybe feel like a structure. But I guess like something like this sort of, right? Or there's like tiers. I don't want to put power drills. It's not a structure. No. It's a land. Thought it was a structure. No. It's a land. We have like no lands. And so we need to make more lands. What's the definition of a quarry? A place, typically a large, deep pit from which stone or other materials are or have been extracted. So it is a land. I do like this, actually. This is kind of cool. Do we have water in the bottom of the quarry? I kind of feel like no, but I suppose we could. Why is this image like 0 pixels? It wasn't that one. It was, I don't know where it went. So a big pit. Yeah. You cut rocks out of the ground. Exactly. Big pit with rocks cut out of the ground. Yeah, I kind of like this one as reference. Maybe we do water. Maybe that looks cool. I don't know. Little shadow dudes with pickaxes that are barely visible. Maybe. We don't really have... Well, actually, I guess we do. I was going to say, we usually don't have little shadow dudes in lands, but we do. The quicksand one has them. I don't know if that's going to be necessary, but maybe we'll try it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious we get. Quarry. Let's start with just like a gray. Quicksand one? Yeah. It's part of the beta deck, my friend. You missed the drawing of a beta deck card, apparently. Meep. How high up bird's eye view? It's a great question. I mean, I kind of like this perspective, right? Where it's like they're kind of far away. Like I like this sort of. I'd almost steal that if it wasn't the top picture on Wiki. Like if you look at Quarry, it's literally the first thing. Do it. I have a thought though. There probably aren't good pictures of it. There's a location where I used to film back in my old film days. That is a quarry. I don't know if I have any good shots of it though. And I thought that could be kind of cool, although it's not really the cool like tiered looking quarry like this is. Beats lore. It's out there. You could find it. You could find the stuff that I filmed very easily. I don't know if I want to advertise it. I'm unsure. I'm unsure whether I want to advertise it. But it's out there. You just have to do some stalking. Which apparently Tuna's my stalker, so maybe he already knows. Maybe he's already seen all my short films. Wait, what? Maybe it's in stock footage. Hold on. Yeah, something like that. I like the perspective looking down into the pit. It demonstrates some depth. Oh no, it's Tuna. Tuna's of the 50 said he was that I have a stalker because he had a 50 stream watch streak. 40 stream, 50 stream. I don't know. It was a lot. Oh wait, it wouldn't be in effect shots. It would be in like. This is just not worth it. I'm gonna mute this because I don't want who knows what we're saying when I was like 12 years old. There we go. This is the quarry. Isn't that kind of cool? You aren't supposed to publicly acknowledge your stalkers. Something about encouraging them. Ah, true. Yeah, it's a kind of cool location we used to film at. I guess I could kind of take it. The only problem is this is like very structure-y, which does kind of lead to it feeling like a structure. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But maybe the composition here is kind of cool. If we like kind of take this and then like I do like the composition here where it's like we're kind of why? If we kind of do art review, okay. I didn't really need to copy this, but if we do something like, let's do a sketch, you know, something like where it's, we have a point that sticks out here and then goes like this, and then we have like the this here, and then maybe this is just like a plateau that goes down, and then we maybe do like the layers, like this keeps, like we have the tiers, you know what I mean? Maybe a ramp. Something like along those lines, and then we have trees up here. This will simplify trees. Something like that sort of composition. For my drawing of N, okay. He's very cute. Copy image. What would you like pointers on? Because he does look very cute. I think you did a good job. Zoom in, enhance. There's aspects that I think I like of yours more than I like of mine. Funny enough. I think honestly sticking with the round shape was the way to go. I kind of tried to make it more like the murder drone head shape, and I think that kind of was a mistake, but it's N. Yeah, I just did a little guy of N, and then we also, so there's mine, there's Grot's. So now we've got two little oh god, I was trying to jump back and forth. Any specifics you want for your redeem, my friend? I think it's the brush I'm using. It's too dark, not spotty enough. Fair, like needs more texture. Tebow's just losing it. I love doing anything. Oh, I'm assuming that's a quote. Also beats I drew N because I redeemed it. There you go. You redeemed it for yourself. Do you have pointers you want, Grot? It's very cute. You did good. Otherwise, everyone praise Grot and we'll move on. Oh, just wanted the bragging rights. You said that already. I can't read. Okay, well, there you go. You did it. He's beautiful. Moving on. Good work, Grot. He looks good. Yeah, I do like it. Looks good. Fig, does this place look familiar? Don't say where it is out loud. Thank you. Just kidding. Do you ever go here? I don't know. I don't know if you ever went here, but you've probably seen my stuff, so whatever. I don't know if you ever filmed there with us. Bragging successful. Good job, indeed. You have successfully bragged. I love it despite not knowing the character. Yeah, it looks good. Very cute. Do it. Do it. It's not that long. Is it depressing? No. It is the content is let me rephrase. The content, the world is dark, but the show is comedic. It's kind of like, you know, Has Been Hotel or something like that, right? Where it's like it's presenting a dark world, but everything about it is comedic. There's a lot of horror stuff. I don't know if I mean, is the first episode indicative of that, or is it or is there more scarier stuff? Because I wouldn't necessarily call anything in the first episode horror. Like, I mean, yes, there's like scary-esque imagery, but I don't even know if I would. I don't know. Okay, I'll watch episode 2. Okay. Fair enough. I will do that. I need something very upbeat with no depth themes after Orb. Ah, there you go. You should watch. I don't know. All I know about Tuna is he likes, at least your show taste. You like golems of some sort, not golems, chimeras. Tuna's a chimera fiend. I loved Orb. It was draining. Yeah, that's fair. But beats. Also a lot of horror stuff, also a lot of body horror, but it's fine. I mean, they're robots, right? Unless they're killing people, but what time is it? Where are we? Where am I? How am I? What is my life? If you want a cute anime, I was watching You and I Are Polar Opposites, I think is what it's called. It's a good, cute romance anime. If you're into that kind of thing, which I am. When it comes to shows, I'm a comedy / sitcom guy. Fair. Because I won't elaborate to not spoil. I can explain this show. You'll only get what I'm talking about when you watch it. Yeah, no, that's fair. I kind of figured I wasn't going to ask you to elaborate. I will watch more episodes, but sitcom kind of guy. Yeah, I don't know. Modern Family, for real, true. Hi. Yeah, I need to watch more like real television. I've only watched anime because it's like the only subscription service I have. I think this works. I think this looks good. Anyway, I also will say that there are a lot of lore, hidden details, and foreshadowing, like the kind of show where you can really think about it and theorize, pause to not dismiss details. Fair. Dear Lord, also good. Also Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I never finished that show. Isn't it done? Is it done? I know it was like, I don't know. I know it was going, and then I don't know. And the plot can be pretty confusing at times, so I recommend being well rested while you watch it. Fair enough. Which I guess is usually not when I like watch stuff. I watch stuff when I'm tired, but fair enough. All right, this is gonna drive me crazy. I need to refill my cat's water because it's like the pump is like pop, 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 pop. So give me half a second. Ever wanted to make a board game but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes? Designing every card, every... I didn't realize I muted myself. Thank you. Ah, yes. I too inaudible. True. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was just muted. I didn't say anything important. Besides, yeah, her water was empty, so I just had to I had to refill it because the pump was going like, you know what I mean? Trees or no trees? What do you guys think? Or should we just leave it kind of like more barren looking? Thoughts? Tweeze. I think trees makes it more unique to other lands. I don't know if that's a positive for it or against it. Like, other lands don't have trees? Is that what you're saying? Okay, we'll do some trees. I think it'll be kind of a nice contrast of color though, too, I guess. Without trees, it feels wasteland, and there's already wasteland-ish cards. Yeah, like the desert and stuff. I think I agree with that. Sometimes it's like hard to know how to draw trees that are far away. Like, because if you just like I could draw individual trees, but I feel like that just looks weird. What if we just try to do like just like a tree line? I don't know, this is an experiment. And they'll probably get more detailed as they get closer, but I'm gonna try something like that and see how it goes. We'll do it on a separate layer just in case it's bad, but okay. Let's do actual line art because this is already coming together. Oh, y'all, I'm tired. This new job is very tiring. It's a lot of physical labor. I'm upset at this, Elmo, my attempt at art. I think you were doing good. Tebow, here's my recommendation. Rather than, instead of doing two I'll just show you. So right now you're doing I kind of partly is my bad for explaining this poorly, but right now you're doing two art or like light from two directions. I would instead of doing two lights, do just one light and then do the rest shadow. So I also right now you're picking light from either direction, like from this direction and this direction, which doesn't look very good. I would pick instead going from a direction like actual light usually would be coming from, so like top down, right? So try that. So instead do something like this where the light is coming from the top. I don't have your layers, so I'm just making do. So have your light coming from the top. Let's pick, and let's pick this pinkish color because that's what you chose. So doing something like this from the top, right? Oops. Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong layer. And then, yeah, maybe we do... I don't know, hard light looks kind of good. And then, so because the light is hitting here, right? Because the light is hitting the top, then everything else that the light isn't hitting will be on the bottom, right? So think the opposite of, so it hits here, right? It's hitting all up here. So down here should be in the absence of light because the light isn't hitting it, right? So If you want, you could do like a darker color. Usually I like shading in blue, but and then I'll do like a multiply layer for that. And then, you know, do something like that. Does that make sense? Hopefully you're paying attention to that. That's why Toot keeps giving you a workout, true. Yeah, okay. Is that helpful? I don't know. I don't know if that's helpful. You tell me, but...
Y'all should watch Murder Drones also. If you say you don't like it, 'tis fine, but I will walk all the way to your house and kick your door down. I'm joking, of course, or am I?
Yeah. I mean, to test more lights as well. Yeah, I mean, you can do, if you want to do multiple lighting sources, you can. Just keep in mind like where the light's coming from and how that's going to cast shadows and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just the idea. You obviously play around, it's your style. I just wanted to hopefully that helps, I guess. That's all I'm getting at. Mordor drones. One does not simply walk into Mordor drones. No, it helps a lot of things. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but... yeah. Here we are. Almost feels like my brush is lagging for some reason. Wonder if I maybe the smoothing's up a little too high. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that works. Also, completely unrelated, weather forecast says tomorrow we'll be getting 1/2 meter of snow. Nice. But the sun will be coming out just as the vacation ends, so there will be no way school will be canceled. Womp womp. Womp womp. Right, you'll miss school when you graduate. Kind of fair. I don't know if I miss school per se, but I do miss social interaction. I do miss like being able to interact with humans all the time. Deep toot. Sit-ups. It's different. Yeah, but that's about what I was saying. I mean, the people from school probably, but frick school. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you did and what you actually wanted to do. You know, or like what you're studying, and if it was something that you wanted to do, or if you're enjoying it or whatever. For me, I went to a hands-on film school, so it was good. My back just cracked. Ugh. I think I did too many, but I lost count, so I did extra. Not sure if the shadow should be more prominent or not. I mean, kind of up to you. Kind of up to you how bright or harsh lighting you want. Great thing about being an adult is you have freedom. Part of the bad part of being an adult is you have freedom. True. That's very true. Yeah, I guess the problem with, yeah, like, you don't get a summer vacation when you're an adult, right? You don't get snow days. You don't get any of that stuff. That's probably the biggest thing is like, yeah, not having a summer vacation or any sort of vacation besides like, you know, like a few days during a holiday or, you know, paid time off. Kind of sucks. It's not even the school itself. It's like the time you get for being in school. Not for sure. Not looking forward to needing a job. That sounds horrible. No vacation. Yeah. At least when you go back to school, or when you go to school, you have a very defined and predictable set of worries. The moment you graduate, you don't know what to expect. Fair enough. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons for sure. That is for certain. without the outline. Actually, I kind of like that. You can make it lineless. Looks good, Tebow. Just glancing over your art every now and then. All right, let's give it a sky real quick. Oops. I kind of want a bright, cheery sky, just kind of make it, I don't know, similar to some of our other. So far, like most of our lands are much more cheery than a lot of our other things we've been doing lately. I feel like, oh, I'm in the completely wrong folder. You're welcome. Like kind of like the plains background, maybe like that color. I don't miss school personally because I'm living the monk style completely alone with mostly peace and the best I could have asked for. There you go. Hey, look, it's Grot's N. Hey, look, it's my N. Hey, look, it's gone. And it's gone. Okay, and then honestly, we might just use this color for the trees. Maybe we'll do something a little more, I don't know, we'll see. We're playing around with it. That sounds, no offense, like kind of suck for me at least. Like being alone kind of sucks. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't mind, like I'm definitely an introvert, right? I don't like being around large groups of people all the time. However, I don't like being alone all the time either. Can't say install shit. I won't. Oh, you can say. Sorry, you can't. I get it. I won't get offended. I deviate from most people in that way. I mean, there are a lot of people who like just not, you know, whatever. People who like solitude. But I mean, also like with that, like we are in the digital age. So even if you are kind of, you know, on your own, you can also just choose when to hang out with people, you know, like right now, like, and some people don't need like all the same like mental requirements that other people do, right? But I don't know. I, for one, am a city kind of guy. I go insane just living in a village or small town. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a city kind of guy. I want to hate camping and stuff like that. That's fair. I don't dislike camping. I don't usually choose to do it, but I enjoy it when I do. But I wouldn't like go out and like seek it out either, you know, usually. Go live in a city, don't live in a small ass tent in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I don't, yeah, I feel like that's an extreme difference though. Like you could just live in a town, right? Like it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be somewhere in between. How do I want to do this? I think I kind of want like some tans as like dirt up here, but that's on the line art layer. We don't want that. Like to kind of give it some, like a path. And some texture. I think the problem right now is it's looking really flat. My main problem with smaller cities is public transportation. Well, that's the thing though, like you don't need public transportation if you're in a smaller city because things are close because they're small. I mean, it depends on how like in the, you know, in the boonies you are, you know, like if you're in a really like secluded spot, sure, but it also depends on how secluded we're talking about here, right? All right, that's looking better. I live in a 3-story house with another smaller house connected to it, so I can't relate to the tent part, but I am in the middle of nowhere. Fair. Some of my relatives live in a small city, and whenever I go there, it's very annoying because there are no trams or anything, just buses to get something. Well, in America, it doesn't matter because you own a car, you know. You own a car, you don't have to care about public transportation. So here we are. I drive 5 minutes to anything, like just around the corner. I just drive there and it's there, you know. Ads in 3 minutes. You've got to be kidding me. I also feel like a bigger city just have access to more stuff, just more utilities like restaurants, shops, stuff. Also education and more career options. Career options I agree with. The other one, I mean, again, it's really different geologically, right? Like you're in a spot where that's more true, like all that stuff. I also don't care. Like most of my stuff is online. I don't really care about not career options, but kinda. I don't know. I'm just not a city person. They're just too crazy. But I can agree with you, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it. The more I think about it, the more I agree. But I also just don't. I just prefer the a bit of quiet. I'm not the kind of person who like goes out on the town, you know what I mean? Do I like this color? I don't know if I do. Darker? Yeah, probably. For one, I don't really need a car. I can just take public transport and then walk for a bit and reach any part of the city. Fair. Oh wait, just have a flex my huge house with 2% at best. When I use 2% at best while I'm still in, or while I was still in school, I had to make do with extremely small spaces. Couldn't even fit beds. And sometimes, yeah. We're about to hit ads. Probably helps that I live in a bigger city all my life. I mean, there's people who feel the opposite though, too. I've cooked, says Tebow. Start to understand it, but gotta do the food thing. I feel that. Show results afterward. Okay. All right, ads. We'll be right back. We'll continue this drawing. BRB, my friends.
Ever wanted to make a board game? But
I'm sure we've already seen all of this. This is a short one, right?
Takes, designing every card, every rule, every little piece. Only to
that's the wrong
realize
thing.
it doesn't work and you have to go back and redo it all from scratch.
Hold on.
Well, today I'm going to show you how to skip through all that frustration
Oh,
and
wait,
walk
maybe
you
not.
through how I make a
3 minutes in.
tabletop simulator.
Oh, this is Blackridge. What am I talking about? All right, BRB.
And of course, it can also export them to printable formats as well. Now I get it. Printing your game and holding it in your hands is tempting, but I would urge you to stay digital as long as possible to maximize your time and rapidly develop your game. Why? Because exporting from Dexterous to Tabletop Simulator just takes a few minutes, and there's no need to spend hours printing and cutting out every single card after every tweak. By keeping things digital, you can iterate fast, testing new ideas instantly, and spending your time actually improving the game. And of course, all this leads to one of the most important steps: playtesting. Having your game on Tabletop Simulator can help with this as well. You can test it with your friends or complete strangers from one of many Discord servers dedicated to board games. A few good ones include Tabletop Simulator's official Discord, Break My Game, HTCG, Tabletop Craft, Dexterous's Discord server, and what's this? My very own Discord server where you can test your games and play mine as well? Wow, wild. You should definitely join that one. Jokes aside, getting playtests might feel intimidating at first, but I promise you it's easier than you think. Or heck, if you really can't find anyone, play it yourself. In fact, I recommend this. Solo playtesting for your first few playtests generally helps find a lot of the glaring issues without having to get another player involved. While you playtest, take detailed notes. Track what worked, what didn't, what felt clunky, what confused people, what part of the game had typos. All that information comes incredibly handy when it comes to actually revising the game. Speaking of revisions, thankfully, with Dexterous, this part is actually extremely simple. Go into your spreadsheet and tweak what needs fixing based on the notes you took, and playtest again. It's really that simple. Up next is art. Now this can be done really at any point in the process, but a lot of people will tell you to save the art for the end because the mechanics are more important. And while there's some truth to that, if working on the visuals is what keeps you excited about your game, then work on the art. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you have the follow through to finish your project. Plus, working on art is a great way to give your mind a break when spreadsheets and game mechanics start to melt your brain. That said, if your goal is to finish a game quickly, I recommend sticking with a simple art style, something that you can realistically finish in the time you have. For example, in one of my 24-hour games, I ended up just using silhouettes to avoid getting stuck in the details. Even for my main game, I kept the style simple so I can produce cards more quickly. Now I use Photoshop for my art, but you can use whatever tool you're most comfortable with. The best tool is the one that you can work with fastest, especially if you're on a deadline. So now that you've got your game, you'll need a rule book. Honestly, I'm probably not the most helpful for this one because I'm dyslexic and I can't write to save my life, but I do have some advice for you that makes the process easier. First, wait until the end to write your full rule book. Once your mechanics are locked in, it'll be much easier to write instructions without having to rewrite things. That said, don't forgo writing anything at all.
Maybe it starts fading off kind of around there. I already be gone if you read this, by the way. See ya, dude. Yes, similar in that sense, although I walk more and take public transport since then I take public transport. Fair. At least here, public transport is cheap. Government gives you extremely good transportation deal for younger people, like 100% to 50% off a month. Nice. If you have this where you are, but you can spend an amount of money every month to get free public transport for the whole month. Definitely not for me. Maybe for Tuna. We don't got no public transportation. I mean, we have some, but hardly. At least not where I am. Cities, we have more public transportation, which is like arguably almost less necessary, but we have like Uber and that's about it. Well, if your students and retired people have free transport and their monthly passes you can pay for, but I go to the city once or twice a month at most. I'm usually broke in the zero money sense. I feel that. I feel you, Tuna. Tuna, Bobuna, Beep Bop, Baluna. I mean, kind of the same. I think the middle school, high school students here passes free until students like 50 to 75% discount or something like that. Nice. Yeah, what's public transportation like? What's that like? I almost don't know if I can shade this the same way. I think I have to treat it as one object instead of as multiple objects. If I'm doing it just like a line of trees in the distance, you have to do a overall shading instead of instead of a yeah, for sure. And then maybe we get more detailed about the trees up here. Hello, Ember. Hello. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? Thank you for stopping in. I know you said you would, but not everyone does when they say they do. If y'all don't remember, she was the one doing the dice bag stuff. I really do try very hard. I know, I feel it. I try to too, and it's like, man, it's a struggle sometimes. Public transportation is great. You don't need a car to get around. Fair. Well, it's just not how it works in America, unfortunately. Just not how it do. Beats, please do an animal sound. What? Why? Please do, and why? I'm lost. Have you played Zoo Voice? I have not. Banger game. Interesting. I can't maybe try to at least investigate the people that come say hi to me. Yeah, I mean, I can show you what I do real quick. So right now we're working on some cards for my cooperative trading card game. These are some examples of them. Yeah, it's just a game you play with a friend to you know, defeat the evil old god. These are some of the cards. Kind of plays a little bit like Magic, but cooperative and with a sort of resource management sort of style thing. Digital game, or are you doing a physical release at some time? I would like to do a physical release. Currently, it's just hosted on Tabletop Simulator, but yeah. We have almost like 100 player cards, and I think about 50 of the old god deck, which is the deck you play against. So, but yeah, currently a digital hosted on Tabletop Simulator, but eventually, whatever. I also have a print and play, so you can actually just you know, take the you can actually just print the game if you really want it to be physical, but not selling anything at the moment. But yeah, right now we're working on our card. We got 4 cards to go in the beta deck here until we are in the beta cards here, and then after that we will be releasing this update, which should be cool because a lot more play testing. I guess just one step closer to that actual ideal physical release date. Because I'd like to do my testing before I release the game. That way it's, you know, I don't have to, like, you know, ban any cards that already exist or whatever. But yeah. The D&D session was disastrous because we killed a man. We sure did. We sure did kill a man. Hot dog, what? Show shapeshifter since it's the D&D protagonist. Okay, we can do that. Where is it? Shapeshifter. Yeah, we do I think Tuna mentioned it when we dropped in your stream. We do chat plays D&D, and then we also sometimes, or we took the character, like, I already drew it, may as well put it in the game. So we have a changeling. Chat is a changeling who gets to change their appearance and stuff like that. It kind of makes sense, right? Recap: Haunted Laboratory mission with Cyrus and his crush Luana. When we stop liking Cyrus, well, that's Tuna. You're allowed to do whatever you want, right? I started liking Luana, almost got murdered by a scientist, killed him out of fear, and saved a ghost. Yep, there you go. There's a lot of tabletop online communities that you can share your game for playtesting for sure. My local area has a live prototype event where you just playtest tabletop games. That's cool. Yeah, I have a local board game store that's done it a few times, I think. So I really do need to, like, try to do that. But it is nice to not have to print off a version every time I, you know, do an update. So the digital is very nice, but I do plan on, yeah, definitely printing some, because obviously is the target at some point here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just hang out, chat while I draw cards, usually about something completely unrelated. You know how chat is. Do we like the yellow light, or should we do like more of a... I was wondering if I should do it more like blue. Yellow's cool. It's coming along. How's it look with the border? Wait, Cyrus has a crush on someone else? How sad. Indeed. His childhood friend, but I'm mad at him for not accepting our roguish tendencies. I dismantled the telescope and he tried to stop me. Not cool. So not cool. Yeah, how dare he? How dare he not want you to break something someone else has? What a fiend. Play this digitally for sure. It's nice for that. No reprints of cards, but once you get more official state, it would be fun to see live for sure. 100%. Yeah, I do have some. I mean, they're mostly just print and play. Like I just printed some cards on paper, cardboard, you know. But dismantle it part by part. It's easy to assemble. Yeah, you're kind of messing with stuff though. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know if that makes it better, but you know, here we are. We need something going on with the sky here, right? Clouds and a sun, maybe. What do we think? But yeah, most of this game has been designed on stream with the exception of like the initial conceptualization, which is done for a game jam. The owner of the telescope is dead now, so it's not like he needs to reassemble it. I guess that's very true. I don't know, maybe it was Fenno's telescope, you don't know. This cloud feels too big. Probably putting it, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm probably putting these clouds right behind where you can actually see them. Every time, I swear. Who needs clouds you can see, you know? No, I think I kind of want them more open. I think I just want 2 clouds. 2 clouds. Okay. Oops. Oh God. Clouds. How do we feel about this card so far? Am I doing good? Great, but you did it way faster than I expected. I mean, honestly, these lands usually should come like be finished pretty quickly. The sky needs something still. Maybe just like the sort of haze that I have at the bottom, like the sort of cloud haze. Unless we do that like a darker, gloomier color, maybe. I don't know. No, definitely not. But for reference, this took as long as Grot's little guy. True. Is that true? Because I think this took an hour and a half instead of, well, actually I can just check on YouTube. Let's see. Hello, Massan. Massan? You tell me. You tell me if I'm saying your name right. Hello, welcome on in. Horribly dyslexic. Always a disclaimer that I have to do. Welcome on in. We're working on my cooperative TCG. Hi, it's evening for me. Yes, it is. Well, it's almost afternoon for me. How you doing today? Massan? Oh, you tell me. Hi, it's evening for me too, I guess. Good time of day to you, sir. Indeed. Quiet, yes. Sure. Are you a fellow TWCC family? I don't know what. Oh, the web creative code. Sorry, I'm like, what? My brain didn't know what the acronym was. It was not working for a second. Yes, I am. Yeah, low base guy recruited me. I cannot find the layer I'm working on. Yeah, good to see another friend. What kind of streaming do you do? I'd love to know. Yep, that would be the guy. Both low and base and guy. What is that? I am part of a sort of a streamer community group, I guess is probably the best way to call it. Where we help each other out. That's really the long and short of it. I think this needs to be some sort of blend mode. Kind of like soft light. Ah, cool. Indeed. As someone with zero context of what TWCC is, it sounds like sort of a cult. It is. It's low base guys cult. No, I'm just kidding. It is. I just don't like this. Maybe Is there brighter color? Where is that? Maybe just overlay and then just kind of tone it down a bit. Yeah, it's better. The creative web called. It is, yeah. I'm a rookie photographer and work with hot and cold glass. Nice. That's cool. I've done like an absolute smidge of glass work before. I did like a picture frame when I was like 12. And that was kind of fun, but would have joined if the W stood for whale. You also have to be a streamer to join. Tuna's about to start streaming. I feel like it needs something and I just don't know what that something is. What does this need? Quarry. I mean, maybe it's fine, but I was editing whale photos last night. Whoa, crazy. Does that count? I think it does count. I suppose I could get like more detailed in like the farther off stuff. Like maybe I could do like something here where I have like maybe this and actually have like a I don't think that's gonna look good though. We could do something like that, but I don't think that looks good either. I think we just leave it. Well, when in doubt, silhouette. It's gonna help draw focus over there. I don't know if we want silhouette up top. I think just on the bottom. I don't know if that's a silhouette then, but you know, here we are. Okay, I like that already better because it's drawing our eye there. Maybe just like an overall lighting pass, like just like a maybe. Just a little atmosphere, maybe. It's kind of nice. Okay. Sorry, I need to catch up. I got focused there. Does that count? Yes. I'm not a TCG. I'm not a TCGer, but a huge BGG. Without seeing other cards, I don't know what to suggest. It helped. I'm assuming that's a board game guy. I'm bad with acronyms, apparently. I will show you what the other cards look like real quick. These are some of our most current ones. These are all our beta cards. Yeah, this is kind of like somewhere between a TCG and a board game. It's got like a resource management aspect. It kind of plays a bit like Magic, but no, Board Game Geek. Close enough. I got the point, you know. Left hand typing due to cast. Uh-oh, what happened? Thank you for the follow. I should actually follow you back. Check you out sometime. Follow. How do I do? How do? Where's the follow button? Hello? Follow. Yeah, I'll have to check out your stuff sometime too. But yeah, these are all the cards. Or a bunch of them. Like, what are some of your favorites? Oh, good question. Board games. Oh no, that must suck. Right hand dominant. So it does. Oh no. Personally, never broken my arm, so I don't know. Yeah, I sprained my ankle. I think that's the worst thing I've ever done as far as whatever, but yeah, this is a cooperative trading card game. So you basically use these cards and then you play against the old god deck, which is this one. So yeah, you fight a boss deck that kind of draws cards, and then the goal is to kill it. But I don't know. I kind of do like this lighting, but I don't know exactly. Maybe we could do some sun rays like last time because they're fun. Fun ray, sun ray, as they say. I also wonder if it's too much because we literally just did one that has sun rays. Might just be too much. I feel like I'm muddying the... like I'm diluting the background a little bit, but I'm 52 and broke it snowboarding in I want to then old age arthritis which caused wrist from oh gotcha. Okay, I understand. It's like a salty mine. It's a quarry, yeah. Something like that. Some sort of mining pit. Is it too much because of one of those miners? Is it too? It's too much because one of those. What if one of those miners is a vampire? They're true. I don't know. I think it's okay. I just think probably both of these is too much. But yeah, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. That is not ideal. Sorry about your damn. Yeah, and I guess that makes sense though. Well, I mean, at least you're in theory it fixes it, right? Sunshine for me didn't relate to the quarry unless you're finding treasure. Yeah, I guess it's kind of just doesn't really give the right atmosphere, right? It looks nice, but it's maybe not the right atmosphere. It just feels like it's missing something. I just don't know what. Let me look at quarry pictures real quick. I feel like it's okay. Yeah. I mean, it probably could just be done, but I'm probably overthinking it. I'm gonna throw on this bluish layer and call it a day. Oh, hey, look, I didn't save it yet. Gra, I think you're right. I think it's good. I think it's done. Corey, I think I'm overthinking it. Want to do another one then? Probably. Actually, I had one last thought. This always happens. I'm always like, all right, I'm done. And then I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. It's a little bit better of a transition, but I don't know if I necessarily like it. There we go. That's better. It's almost been 3 hours already. It sure has. Darn tootin'. Okay, Corey's done. Let's do this, file, export PNG. Yeah, maybe we'll do another. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to do today. I probably shouldn't, honestly, because I got editing to do, and I'm not going to be able to do anything next week, basically, which means I'm probably not going to meet my deadline, which is kind of, you know, is what it is. But my self-imposed deadline, but I'm going to try, but we'll see. You just leaving creative room for description. True. You said last week you want to learn to be faster, and look at you now. Yeah, although I kind of floundered at the end. I was kind of like, oh yeah, let's just keep doodling. I should have just been like, yep, it's done. Okay. Did I already do this? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Let's get this card implemented, and then I'll probably actually just. Oh, we got 20 minutes. I'm trying to think about that. Let's get it implemented, and then we'll decide what we do. We may just have it be a 3-hour stream. Although I could also just go longer because we're not gonna have a stream. I don't know. It's kind of, we're probably not gonna be streaming Thursday. So I don't know. I'm debating. Because I probably should edit, but who knows? Who's to say? Okay, jumping out now. I'll send him in stream chat. Coolest character ever. Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it. Gosh, it's almost been 3 hours already. Coming from board gaming, my favorite is dice/deck building, resource gathering, game, space. Is it the, oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say What's the space one? Space base. There, I was thinking what's the card game that's like spaceship deck builder? What was I thinking of? No, there's a different one I was thinking of. Is the one that was coming to mind, but Star Realms is the one I was thinking. Do they have analysis paralysis in TCGs? Basically, yeah. I've been trying to get faster, not even necessarily playing, it's just mostly, you know, like trying to get these cards done, because I've got well, it's mostly not necessarily with the cards, it's mostly with my editing that I need to get stuff done faster. Is my biggest thing, not necessarily in my drawing, I think is what Tuna was referring to. Because I need to do more videos. I need to get them out more. But I've been taking far too long on those. But here we are. I mean, I guess also getting like some of the drawings done too, but Quarry, yes, Quarry. What is Quarry's power? Did I close that? Or do I just have like 27,000 tabs open? I have a bunch of tabs open. Quarry. If this land has 5 more units on it, your structures are returned to your hand when they are destroyed. Passive unit count of 1. It is a, what's it called? Oops, that's a unit effect. It is Necromancy Altar, but a Quarry. Maybe I should have gone darker with the drawing, but nah, it's too late now. Probably should have read the effect before I went too crazy, but here we are. It's okay. It still makes sense. All right, Quarry is done. I don't know. I keep ing, but here we are. Are you building spaceships in your dock? Oh, I'll look it up. Yeah, no, it's a game that one of my friends played, or I played with one of my friends. It's pretty cool though. Spaceships mentioned. I think Grot was talking about it before too. Have you played Star Realms, Grot? But your card creating more than you are editing. Oh, sorry. Editing is, yeah, I do. I also do YouTube videos. And yeah, I've been doing a lot more more streaming than I probably should, arguably. But I have a whole like YouTube stuff that I do. But I probably should be doing more of that and try to be quicker at it than like taking, you know, 4 months to post something. You gonna have a Kickstarter when you're done? That kind of depends on how it goes, but ideally yes, but if the idea is to build enough of a community for that to make sense, and if I don't, then probably not. If I do, then maybe. Kind of hard to say. I might just put it up on GameCraft, I don't know, haven't really fully decided, but really depends on how much of a community I can build and whether that would even make sense to do a Kickstarter. Corey. what's left? We have, well, there's Quarry for a second. We'll bask in it for half a second. I'm back. Welcome back, Tebow. Who wouldn't want to stream with tuna in their community? True. You ain't wrong. But yeah, there's Quarry. We have one spell, which is counteroffensive. Gain units on any number of cards equal to the total number of stacked minions on the board. So it's more powerful the stronger the enemy is, which is kind of nice. A hero, which is Vanguard Knight, which is going to just be the little mini guy because we have the art and why not? Self-insert, huzzah. Currently have the base effect when this card is placed, destroy a minion. And then the trigger, and then it has a triggered effect, gain 1 unit when another card is placed, which is kind of not necessarily synergy with itself. Because like I can see using C to like remove this card and then play it again, which should be kind of cool, but unsure. And then I'm not sure it's worth the action economy, but it could be interesting. And then just, you know, gaining units when a card is placed is kind of cool. This could also be cool with what's it called? Necromancy Altar, right? And then we have last one is Altruism, which is a cave. You gain 4 units in unit phase. This number is reduced by 1 for each minion in play. So I posted the image. I said I post outline of legs are off, but I'm happy. Okay, let's see it. There's the character Tuna said. He seems pretty cool. I can see it. It's a Tebow little guy. Yeah, I think the lighting's much better here. Like the you didn't overdo it on the eyes and stuff. I think, yeah, just having the shadow and not having the lighting on the eyes and stuff, I think that works. And you all did that with a mouse, which is crazy. We need to start a GoFundMe for Tebow getting an art tablet. If you do counteroffensive today, you'd be able to finish this update and stream within a stream and a half. True. Well, there's a few other like smaller things, but yeah, no, all no. Why not, Tebow? We need to get you a drawing tablet. Tebow's gonna win a contest that he didn't enter, and you're gonna get a like a $40 drawing tablet sent directly to your home. Yeah, if we did anything, we would do counteroffensive, which I don't know exactly what we would do for it. My thought would be, honestly, it would look like another one of the like little shadow people, except it would basically be, you know, one of these kind of ones. Except I think it would probably look a lot like, I don't know, a lot like this one, but instead they're like battling minions is what I would think. But you know, here we are. What was a spear and a shield? Well, see, now you're asking me to do more work, Tuna. I can see that though. Surely I have a spear and shield as a thing, right? Are you saying just a spear and a shield as like, or it's like a guy with a spear and a shield? I mean, it could just be a spear and a shield. I'm gonna type in counteroffensive and see what it comes up with. Stratagem. A lot of these are like maps. Too bad we don't have the world map. I know I was talking about doing one. But we could do it like, you know, like a tactics sort of planning thing. Like, you know, it could be, you know, work. There we go. It could just be something where it's like, you know, I don't remember how they draw them. It's like the little Tetris sort of shape, and then like a battle, like, you know, like a war sort of drawing, you know what I mean? Yeah, just a spear with a shield, or a spear and a shield. And that'd be kind of cool. To me, counteroffensive immediately makes my brain go turtle formation, and the Romans did a phalanx or whatever it's called. That's a spear and shield. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, why not? All right, fine, Tuna. You've twisted my arm. I mean, we could literally just take stuff from stuff we already have if we wanted to, but let me decide if that's something I want to do real quick. Or if it's, no, we should just draw it, right? Probably. I don't know if I'll draw like a kite shield like that though. It'd probably be like a, I don't know, are we just thinking like, you know, this? Obviously the spear's behind it. Is this what we're thinking? I do like that idea though, like it's a counteroffensive, so it's like a defensive strategy for offense in a sense, right? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Obviously I'll make it look nice and better and cooler, but I like that. It's different than just doing the shadow people, and I think you're right. We can kind of play around with this stuff a lot more, and I'm being kind of whatever about it. Yeah. I broke it. Okay. If you were to draw the turtle formation, I don't know how you'd have the shapes be distinct if they're all black. Yeah, I agree. No, I think just doing a sword and shield sounds great. I don't think I mean, this doesn't need to be a silhouette either. Or did I say spear and shield? Trying to decide what we want the shield to look like. I mean, probably keeping it simple, like the normal, like this style shield, just because it's like readable as a shield instantly, whereas like a buckler or something might not be, right? Although I guess I can add detail to this. It's not like, I think a kite shield would look less interesting though. Maybe that's just me though. Like a kite shield just being like this, right? Like a square, a rectangle with a spear, I feel like looks less interesting. We could do like a buckler with the whatever, which is probably more accurate to real combat with people having shields, but sword and shield maybe would make more sense, but I like the spear for some reason. Yeah. Spear's different. I don't know. I'm trying to think that through. I like spear too. It feels more of a defensive weapon, which kind of feels more like a counteroffensive, if that makes sense, right? Like as a counteroffensive, you're doing... It's like a... I don't know. For some reason it feels right. The only problem with it is it's going to be... It means we need to make the shield smaller is the only problem. It also might mean we like spears aren't as interesting visually, I would say. I guess we could do like a cooler tip though, right? Yo, Anonymous, what up, dude? We are drawing a spell which is called Counteroffensive. Which, you know, in hindsight, I realize spell probably isn't the greatest word for some of these things, but, you know, here we are. I was tempted recently, like very, very recently. I was like, oh, we could have called them blessings. Because it's like the gods are, like you're playing as the god and the god is the whatever, but I think it's just too late at this point. I don't care, you know? It's too late. And then yeah, so for the art we're doing just a spear and a shield. So that's what Tuna said. I'm just doing whatever Tuna tells me to do. This definitely doesn't line up. Hi, Bitcoinillionaire. Or miracles. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's too late for that. You know what I mean? Screw it. Just draw the lines and we'll erase them later. Just want to make sure that these are lined up. Should have drawn them on separate layers. But now we're here. Are we hitting an ad? Is that what I just saw? Yeah. Well, just give me an idea for my god-based TCG. I like Miracle. Yeah, Miracles is good. I don't know. maybe I could change it, but at the same time, I feel like it's just not worth it, right? I don't know. At this point, I think it's too late. I mean, it arguably wouldn't be a horrible amount of work, but it's also something I don't want to do. So I kind of want to do, I don't know. Here we are. Well, you'd only have to change it for the rule book because spells are referred to by an icon everywhere else. Yeah, well, and then the icon would have to... I'd probably change the icon. I don't think the icon makes sense anymore if they're called miracles. This is not symmetrical. Well, is it? Yeah, it's not. Sometimes, I was considering just using the symmetry tool, but at the same time, I'm like, sometimes the symmetry tool just makes things look too mechanical and not organic, which I think this art style kind of thrives off looking organic. So we're in an ad. Okay, I'll be right back.
Ever wanted to make a board game but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes designing every card, every rule, every little piece, only to realize it doesn't work and you have to go back and redo
skip
it all
the video here.
Today,
I don't know. We're like
through all that for getting stuck in the details. Even for my main
I don't know
game,
if we're this far or farther, but here we are.
Produce cards more quickly. Now I use Photoshop for my art, but you can use whatever tool you're most comfortable with. The best tool is the one that you can work with fastest, especially if you're on a deadline. So now that you've got your game, you'll need a rule book. Honestly, I'm probably not the most helpful for this one because I'm dyslexic and I can't write to save my life, but I do have some advice for you that makes the process easier. First, wait until the end to write your full rule book. Once your mechanics are locked in, it'll be much easier to write clear instructions without having to rewrite things. That said, don't forgo writing anything at all. Make sure to write down your core mechanics and your key rules, making sure to get some quick notes, that way you can flesh it all out later. Second, use tools like ChatGPT to help revise as you write. It might not be able to tell a good joke, but it can help you clean up your writing and make it sound more professional. Just don't expect it to write the whole thing for you. It'll get things wrong unless you already know what you're trying to say. Of course, this whole step is potentially skippable as long as you're there when the game is played. Still, I thought it was worth touching on, especially if you're planning to share this game beyond your immediate circle. And lastly, printing your game. Once you're happy with your game, you can then print it out and play it in the real world. Usually I use the thickest cardstock my printer can handle. For cards specifically, I recommend using card sleeves. Not only does it make it feel way more usable, but also prevents them from sticking together. Alternatively, if you don't have heavy paper, you can just print it out on plain paper and back each one with a real playing card into the card sleeve. So there you have it, all my tips for making a card or board game as quickly as possible. Of course, a game made in 24 hours won't be perfect. One of my own games has been in development for a year now, and I'm still not done. But that doesn't mean a game made in 24 hours can't be fun or worth making. That's why I really encourage you to give it a try. Set a deadline for yourself, whether it's 24 hours, a week, or just a focused evening. A timeline can really do wonders for pushing you past perfectionism and actually finishing a project. And when you're done, come to my Discord server and show us what you made. I'd love to see it, and maybe we could even play it together. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, I'm Beats. Physics is a tricky theme to adapt to a board game. However, to tackle it, I decided to make gravity one of the main sources of movement. At first, I thought of a Tetris-style approach where everything moves downward, but I thought that was kind of dull, so I brainstormed a bit and came up with a space concept. I could use planets and other celestial bodies to manipulate gravity in different directions. That led me to my first major card type, celestial bodies, consisting of planets, moons, asteroids, stars, and black holes. Each one has its own mass, which determines how hard it pulls things, and a directional arrow that tells you which way it pulls. They also have an energy value, which players can use to convert into power. I chose a square format so that they could be used as tiles on the board, and then digitally painted a celestial body for each of them. Up next are player cards, which I called ship components. Not sure it's really fitting anymore, but that's what I called them. They come in 4 flavors. Effectors, which did things like reduce mass or change the direction of gravity. Creators, which
y'all are lucky I ever got back on stream here.
Propulsion
I laid on the floor. I was like, I'm just gonna lay on the floor. Well, while I take my break, and
make a board game, but felt completely overwhelmed by how much work it takes designing.
And the kitten jumped on my lap. And just cuddled with me, and I'm like, oh god, it's over. I can't move again. So you're lucky I came back. See, that's the lifestyle I'm talking about with myself. Wonderful indeed. Let's see. Spells work too because it's the only, because you're the one that defines what a spell means in your universe. Yeah. Or what it is rather. Yeah, it's true. I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest, either way, but I decided I'm using this a little bit just as a guide. Make sure I'm drawing this kind of right. I'm gonna draw the actual line art without the symmetry tool, but I just kind of want to make sure I was drawing this in the right way. There we go. Okay. Is this what we think, Tuna? How do you like it? How do you feel about the lore right now? Good so far. I do need to put the mages in. I still haven't put them in the rules yet, or in the rules in the lore. I'd really like to make a world map. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's basically what I expected so far. I think it'd be cool to have more people chip in with their ideas. Yeah, I like everything everyone's added so far, for sure. I don't know. I'm curious what other people think about how it is, and like, does it feel approachable to add your own stuff? Should I change how I'm doing things? You know, that kind of stuff. Maybe the mages are the ones that shared magic with the... I still honestly don't even know how to pronounce it. Canictar? Canictar? Canicthar? Canicthar. It does, but I wish you had your... I wish I had your naming talent. Oh, time to write some characters. Yeah, it's interesting because we don't really have any characters at all. Also, what do you mean by naming talent? You mean like just the names of the factions? I think it's just like a combination of like, you know, like Native American words. If that's what you're talking about. Oscathia, I didn't actually come up with. That was my friend Kyle. Also, every god name. The gods... I'm pretty sure all the good gods were me. The evil gods, I believe, were Kyle. Because the good gods are mostly based on my D&D gods, or at least loosely based on them. This is a fully metal shield, or should we have like wood slats in the center? What do you think? Thoughts? Navik is my absolute favorite. That's also like a combination of Native American words, I think, or just like different. I think it is. I think it's like trade and some other words similar combined into something. Nivek. Also, again, it's a made up word, so it's hard to know how to pronounce it. I'd write down about the sea god relation to Brian Cross if I could give him a cool name like that. Do you want me to give him a cool name? You want me to name the god for you? I'll do it if you want me to. There we go, I like that better. I think that you need all you need for this card is adding some cool lighting and effects in the background. Effects all around. What you have so far is good. Yes, name him. Okay, I'll think about it in a second. What are we drawing? We're drawing a spell. This is what is this one called? Counteroffensive. I'm all of a sudden not happy with it. Now I am more happy with it. Sorry, I'm having thoughts here for a second. Let me think here. I'm looking at the flags I have here. this one is. I think this is probably the desert people. I don't remember what half these are anymore. It was kind of like things I made up on the fly. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna make this wood slat. I guess I could just do this like a... should I just do it a silhouette or should I do it more? Because we could just do it like... like literally full silhouette. I don't think that looks as cool though. I think we should just do, we're gonna make it more interesting. I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna play around with it. I think all you need for this card is adding for, oh, I already read that. Yes, name him. Okay, Will. I'm just gonna think about it. Exiled Osgathian general that is now Brian Cross counselor that I was talking about. I want to actually develop into a character. I'll redeem him as a hero down the line as something like disgraced general. That'd be cool. I could see that. That's cool. I can dig it. Yeah, no, I want to do more with the lore. Yeah, I just haven't I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I have the mages to put in there. I do like your idea of saying that mages gave Canithar their magic. I think it would be cool. Like, I'm developing the map in my head, right? Like, I almost think the mountains where the mages are settled maybe is between Canithar and the and like Osgathia. Should be kind of cool. Like an Osgathian sort of crest on the shield. I don't know. Maybe. I'm going too detailed with it. I'm getting too lost in the sauce. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. It's cooler. Actually, Broncos Council could have exiles from every faction, like deceitful Pemforest elf. That'd be cool. I could see that. That's fire, though. Now that you went for it, yeah. I'm liking it. I can see the Holy Order integrated in any faction outside of Oscathia, but what you said about them maybe having their own country was interesting. Yeah, well, Oscathia, I think maybe holy magic is kind of not considered magic. Like it's not considered like, it's kind of different, if that makes sense. Like people see it differently, even though it's not, was my kind of original thinking on that. Like holy magic is considered like, it might even be the church's fault that magic is banned. I could potentially see, but I don't know if that's like too whatever. Because the ones with holy magic were approved by the gods in their eyes. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's too cliche though. That's my only worry about that. Because I feel like that's like been done a lot. Not that I really care if like the lore of AAE is like super cliche or not. Because it's kind of like sort of generic, but, and I think it's okay that it's kind of generic. All right, we need like a, what color background? Do we just do really dark? The spear's kind of throwing me off as far as like compositionally. No. God, why is this always, why can I never find Rasterized Lair? Thank you. Oh God, I'm behind. Well, regular magic is heresy. Yeah, it's cliche because it's realistic. It's huge themes in Orb of the Church, censors, or gatekeeps. But having the ideas of the Holy Order, if they are independent, like they could have different houses worshiping and researching different gods in their creations. Yeah, for sure. But I also don't want like, I don't necessarily think I want like a lot of it to be like, oh yeah, these people are super oppressive. I don't want like a bleak world necessarily, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's like if the church is like, if magic is legal and the church is like bad and whatever, like it does feel like a little bit I don't know, it might feel more doom and gloom than I want it to be, but I don't know. I might crop off the spears a little bit, maybe, or do I just? I think that's it. What do we think? That, and then we'll just do lighting behind it. This is counteroffensive, so it is a attack spell. We could do, and you gain units based off of or it's not an attack spell. You gain units off of the number of minions. We could play with pinks potentially, like the sort of minion color. I think that might look good. It's also a good color to contrast with the blue. But I also don't want to go too far into that because it's, if we go too far, it's going to look like a bad guy card. Something like that, maybe. Do a border lighting too. Yeah. But like a different color. I think that made it work, right? Made it not feel too old gaudy. So a plant researcher would be the house of God Harvest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's kind of how I figured, right? Like people would pray to the god that they care about the most, like the most, you know. It's unique to other spells too. Yeah. I think it looks good. Maybe just the last little bit here is just maybe something on the metal to make it look shinier. And then that'll probably be it. Oh, the spear is not connected. You just go up like a few pixels. There we go. Okay. Oh, again, hadn't saved it. One day that's gonna bite me in the ass. Only 2 cards left, and the hero's technically half done. Yeah, it's basically just a land. There's something about the lore I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I mean it's just interesting because like the way like you and Grot were talking about like the Canithar and like oh god, I'm so sorry. Oh god, why? Okay, like the interesting thing is like the world, like obviously Oscathia is like, you know, your biggest continent, and then like in theory there's like maybe some mountains, right? And then like on the other side, probably high up north, is your Canichthar people. And then so like mages are here, Canichthar are here, Oscathia is here. Maybe like Brine Cross, sorry, my brain stopped working, is like here, and they transport stuff back and forth, like so they don't have to go over the mountains, you know, like so like the more we talk about it, the more I'm building this like world map in my head, which is kind of cool. Maybe the holy city of whatever is in, you know, in the middle here somewhere, probably over here, I don't know. So it's like we're kind of like, as we talk about everything, it feels really cool that it's like, it feels like I'm building the map in my head based on like the way things interact. Elven City, you know, it's probably smaller, but here, you know, so we're kind of building the map, and I find that very interesting. Anyway, ooh, this card looks good. If we build enough of the world, we could do a D&D campaign in it. That's honestly, I did have that thought the other day. I was like, oh, we could literally just like the D&D campaign for Chat Does D&D could just be the world of AAE. You could just be like an adventurer trying to kill entropy creatures. Yep. Anyway, let's implement this one, and then we're gonna call it a day. I think I already know who we're raiding to. I think Hell is doing like a super long stream. Be good to support him for that. I don't know if he's actually doing that or not, but I know he said he was. Maybe I forgot about what day it was. I don't know if that's today or I can't remember, but counter offensive. Stop being so. Oh wait, did I did not. Does this need a cost? I don't know if it needs a cost. Because like if you use it and there's like one minion on the board. So again, you gain units equal to the number of cards. Sorry, gain units on any number of cards equal to the total number of stacked minions on the board. So like if you have no minions on the board, it does nothing, right? But if you have a ton of minions on the board, it does something. So like the cost is like having minions on the board is the way I kind of see it, right? Killing entropy creatures and navigating through crazy countries. Yeah. I think it'll be kind of cool, right? Good luck this week. And see it when you see it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, like I might be back. I won't be here Thursday, but I'll probably be here. I'll probably be here Sunday, maybe. It's kind of hard to say, but the drawback can be dependent on if there are a certain number of minions. I think it works. I think it works without it. I'm gonna try without it, and if it's too powerful, we get rid of it. Technically, the other one, what's it called? What's the other minion or the other unit gaining one? Raise an army. That one is 5 units for discarding a card. So I don't know. I think this is fine. I think it's fine for now. We'll run it and see how it goes. Yeah, there's gonna be a few auxiliary things once we're done with the actual when we're actually done with the cards themselves, just to like get some stuff sort of squared away. There's a few little tweaks to some cards I want to do, some like game design stuff. There is a tiny bit of rulebook stuff that I just want to throw some like deck building stuff into the rulebook. Some of that, again, some of the stuff I might just do in my spare time, but I've already done like the patch notes in my spare time. There's a few other little things. I do want to do different card backs for minions and old gods, but I think that might be in the old god update. I think that just makes sense. We're already waited too long to get this update out in general. What this is a spell. Thank you. Thank you, me. Oh, that's it actually. Literally building the decks, because we kind of have how they're supposed to be, but we actually have to, now that we have like a bunch new cards, we actually have to do the deck building. We have to build the starting decks. This is technically anti-synergy with the knight, so it's an interesting thing for players to keep in mind. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Gives it depth on a tutorial deck. Yeah, it's like, when do I play this? When do I not play this? Kind of interesting. Yeah, I think it'll work out. It'll be good. Okay. I think that's it. Let's go into here. Did I? In theory, this should have like the icons, right? Yeah. Gain units equal the number of cards, total number of stacked minion on the board. That's correct, I believe. It's not there. Oh, I know why. Gosh dang it. Tuna, why didn't you tell me to do this? You should have told me I needed to update my other thing. It's all your fault, Tuna. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I can't believe it's almost time to move on to BOB. Yeah. Give it a quick pass. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure out a timeline. So I've been looking, there's a convention I want to go to called Dice Tower East, which is in Florida. It's at July 1st through the 5th. I think I want to go there. I have to do a little more research, but it seems like indie board game. It's good for indie board games. And I've heard people say good stuff about it. And I don't even think I need like a table necessarily, right? I can just go there and play my game with people. At least that's how I understand it. Could be wrong. I'll need to research it more. But if that's the case, I would like to have armies and or Blight of Blackridge done before then. July. So March, April, May, June, July. We got 4 months. 4 months might be pretty hard with the old god setup, but we'll have to see. How do you play it there? Do they have PCs? No, I'd print it is what I'm saying. which might be a stretch, but if not, there's packs unplugged, which I might do instead. It might be an and or sort of thing, but yeah, I might get like a semi-professional printed copy potentially. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't move on to BOB, but I think we probably will anyway. It'll be a good break. We'll probably need it while we do a bunch of playtesting on this. It'd be cool. We have to pick and choose what cards to print. I mean, I probably just print like two of the old god, or the two of the god decks and one old god deck, you know. We should. I want to learn BOB. Yeah, no, we should. It'll be a good break. Well, we'll probably do a bunch of play testing of armies. Like maybe just try to get a bunch of other streamers who want to play with me to play. So we'll do a bunch of that. We'll probably do community play testing of AAE while we kind of work on BOB. There's a lot that needs to be like tweaked, but anyway, we did 2 cards today and a little guy. We got counteroffensive and quarry. I'm liking how the new land cards are looking. I think they're looking pretty dang good. I'm liking how all the new cards are looking. They just look, I don't know, it's just good. I'm happy about it. I'm kind of just yapping now. I probably should raid out. I need to eat lunch and do some editing. I gotta do a little bit more drawing. I'm doing some art for Predicious for his TCG that he's doing. Maybe I'll be able to share that. I probably could just share what I'm doing, but maybe I'll talk to him and see if it's cool if I share some of that. But yeah, that will be cool. Anyway, probably should be done yapping. I was gonna say, let's find someone to raid again. Oh, my beard is so poofy right here. I unpoofed it, or I extra poofed it. The beard. I was thinking I should braid it. Just start braiding my beard. Look like a real Viking. I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Let's is Hell live? Am I crazy for thinking that? Sorry, Shiver. He is live. He's playing some Overwatch. Viking Beats sounds good. It does. Yeah, we're gonna raid Hell because we don't usually get to raid him. It's not usually something we can do because usually he streams very late and we stream relatively early. So we're gonna raid Hell, and then I will see you guys. I would assume like part of the plan is like potentially I can come. Sorry, I'm yappy. He says to the biggest yappers. True. I have a feeling I'll be able to be here for Sunday, because my mom will have had like 3 days to recover and I can come here, stream, and then go back if I need to, but we'll see. If I do, I'll probably do dispatch. I might need to make that an announcement on the old thing. I'm not pressuring myself. I just, you know, it might happen. We'll see. But yeah, either way, I'll keep y'all posted as much as I can. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna salute as per usual. We'll go hang out with Hell, say hi to him. All right, Streamaholic. I don't know, it's fun. I like streaming and I like hanging out with you guys, and it's good. I'm here. Well, you're here, and then we're gone. Do you want to see the finished cards, Tebow, before I go? Or have you been lurking? Here, I'll just show you. There's the quarry. And there is counteroffensive. There you go. Just ask me to hang out off stream. There you go. I was very focused on project. Probably can't share at all for my dad's birthday. No, nice. That's always good. You know, someone cares if you're an artist and you make something for as a gift. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. I know it's addictive knowing me. Classic tuna. What a tuna. What a tuna thing to say. All right, y'all. We're raiding hell. We're getting out of here. Goodbye. I will see you when I see you. It won't be Thursday though. Probably Sunday, but no promises. But yeah, we're gonna raid hell. He's playing Overwatch, but he said 8-hour stream. And he's only at 2.5 hours, so maybe he'll do all sorts of crazy stuff. Who knows? Maybe he'll play Overwatch for 8 hours. I don't know. But yeah, see y'all later. I will catch you when I see you. I don't know. I'll talk to you in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord for sure, 100%. Anyway, goodbye. Farewell.